All right.
Male VTubers. Disgusting! Nah, I'm just kidding.
Penis
a little while
havers.
back, 3 years or so, I made a video talking about whether I thought that the male VTuber debuff existed.
It does.
Now, I've gained a lot of experiences of male VTubers since then. So it felt right to do a follow-up video on whether or not I've changed my mind.
It still does.
In that first video,
Random, it still does. I want to see.
I said that I thought that there was
agree.
no male VTuber debuff at the beginner and mid levels of streaming, and possibly only a debuff at the very highest levels. I had that opinion because I noticed that there were many examples of femme VTubers that I thought were outstanding that underperformed. And although I didn't really state it out loud at the time, other examples of male VTubers that I thought had a following way bigger than what their entertainment value merited.
Whoa! Okay. So boring VTubers. All right, interesting.
Basically,
is he talking
I saw
about me?
underrated female VTubers and overrated male VTubers, and to me that meant that there was probably no male VTuber debuff. That was 2021 me. He's dead now. What do I think in 2024? I think that there is a debuff, but
yeah, okay. So I talked about this in my I also made a similar video about male VTubers too. My opinion basically was that because VTubing is such a female-dominated market, a male can never be as big as a female in VTubing, unless you're in Nijisanji or unless you're in Japan. In the English industry at that time, you can never really be as big as a female because there was no fan base yet. In Japan, VTubing is casual there. VTubing is not the norm, but like it's mainstream. But in the West, it's really not. So if you want to do VTubing here, the first thing you gotta do is find a separate market. And the thing is, Nijisanji EN with Luxium came out after that, and then they actually found a market. So there was from having a debuff to having a buff, but you only have a buff if you cater to a certain market. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a passive one. I want to know what you mean by
it's mostly a passive one, not some kind of evil conspiracy out to screw us over. Imagine that you had the ability to view perfect information about the current VTuber audience. Completely accurate stats about every single person in the world right now that watches VTuber content at least once a week. I'd be willing to bet $100 that the total audience tend to skew heavily towards male, maybe about 70% even. That audience was introduced to VTubing through various femme VTubers.
70% is a very generous estimate, my guy.
He's an eye, etc., etc. This leads to the first thing that I've learned over the last 3 years. Content consumers are very, very picky.
Yes,
a person hops on YouTube to watch your videos or your streams on topic A. It is almost impossible to get them to watch your video that you made about topic B. They only want A from you. Even if they like topic B, they've already got a guy for topic B. You're their topic A YouTuber, and you're gonna stay that way. The current VTuber audience as a whole heavily favors watching femme VTubers. That's why they got into the niche, and it's borderline impossible to get them to switch.
All right, chat. That's 100% true. Chat, imagine if depressed Nousagi was a hot-sounding female. How much viewers would I get? How much views would I get? I would imagine 3 times more than the views that I normally do. You're not? Oh, you guys are stupid. Of course I'm not a female. Duh. Duh. You have news for that? Okay, look. Imagine if I graduate in like 2 months and then I have news start covering drama. That's gonna be so fucking funny. You are not. I'm leaving. Okay, maybe double. Yeah, I would assume it's probably gonna double or something. And it's just that it's mostly just the fact that, again, females in this industry will always have bigger, unless you already cater to males. Now, me personally, me and Parrot are in the very, very, very lucky position where we developed a bro type of fan base, right? Like, people don't watch us because we're fucking, you guys simp for me or fucking whatever cringe shit like that. Now, you guys, I would like to think you guys are in it for my, like, insight or my reaction or like my opinions on certain things, right? My commentary. You're not here for Mimi. But I would like to think that if I did have that buff, if Parrot was actually a hot skit. Chat, okay, so imagine if Parrot 4chan was a stinky female sitting in her room that has that's like depressed or like schizo. Like a stinky gremlin type of VTuber. And she's just as unhinged as she is right now. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Hell. Funding to replace DN with news soon, bro, soon. Imagine that. We have Rima for that. Rima actually touches grass, man. The girl goes out and rides horses and shit like that. Nah, man. Like, I'm talking about an actual degenerate, chat. Like a stinky, hold on. Like a stinky girl. The stinky girl trope, you know? Imagine if Parrot was... Imagine if Parrot was this. Imagine. I bet you 100 people are gonna be clamoring for that stinky fucking pussy. 100%. You're talking about Sanzawa? And look at how Sanzawa was what Sanzawa was doing. Look at how Sanzawa was doing. Girl was the most popular VTuber for her time. And actually, wait, yeah, no. Sanzawa was the most popular VTuber of her time, and she still is the most popular VTuber in the present. Think about that. Think about that, man. Yeah. Yeah. God, it's going to be like, Parrot, you should have that. He should, if Parrot is watching me to send him this clip, he should be something like this. Hold on. Insane shit. Isn't that just Sakamata Chloe? Yeah, but unironically. Chloe memes about it, right? But unironically. Imagine.
It's not because they hate dudes or something. This is just a general quirk about viewers, content consumers. There's probably even a sizable chunk of VTuber fans that enjoy watching male streamers, but they prefer Facecam streamers and not VTubers for that. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and the reason why is actually simple. There's nothing new. Okay, so I don't know if he's gonna talk about this, but I will in advance. There's the reason why most people prefer Facecam streamers over like male VTubers is because of the culture. Facecam versus VTubing. VTubing has this like immersion type of culture, right? Where you're supposed to roleplay, they're supposed to look at you as if you're an anime character and shit like that, right? You can't have that culture when you're a Facecam streamer. And vice versa. Like, if I want to watch a bro dude just gaming on fucking Twitch or something, yeah, then most likely I'm gonna go to a Facecam streamer. That's why, like, females for a female audience for male VTubers is the main thing. That's just it. There's nothing unique that male VTubers can offer to male audiences. There isn't. Like, think about it.
People shouldn't be judged about having preferences. Let people like what they like in peace.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us poor homeless VTubers in 2024? Real talk. If you come into VTubing with the intention of building a viewer base of people who already know and like VTubers, you're gonna have a bad time. I mean, think about it.
You're going to be pigeonholed into that audience.
That means your target audience is someone who already has a favorite VTuber. It's going to take so much time and energy to convert them over to your camp. Even if you manage to do it, it won't feel good. At least it wouldn't feel good to me. The better mindset is to find someone out there who either has no idea what a VTuber is, or even someone who knows but dislikes VTubers, and make that person into your fan because you're just that entertaining. That way.
Oh my god, Randon, are you saying I should make aunties my fans? Oh my god, Randon, you are such a hateful person. You are ruining this community. But no, I'm memeing, by the way, but like, imagine. Yeah.
That fan will be way, way, way more loyal than someone who's already out there in the VTuber space just shopping around. right? It makes sense. Here's another piece of advice. Think of something that you're obsessed about, preferably one that doesn't already have a VTuber associated with it, and make funny, entertaining videos and streams about that topic. It could be a very replayable video game with a small but dedicated audience, some kind of hobby like woodworking, or a subgenre of hentai.
Okay, so yeah, this actually does work. Like Owo does very great in his little science. The mad scientist VTuber, by the way, does very great in his like weird science streams where he like does random shit and it gets a lot of views. That does work. Weird subgenre of hentai. I wanted to be that person, but I couldn't.
Hentai that people are super into for some reason, like moth girls or orcs. I don't know. The number one mistake that I see new VTubers make is copying the people in the big leagues. They did not get to their size by doing the thing that they're doing right now.
Not just copying, bro, copying them in the copying people in the big leagues, both physical appearance-wise and like even what they do. I can't wait for the next Shy Lily clone to come up in like 2 months from now and make drama and get involved in drama about how people are sending them death threats because they have a model that's vaguely resembles Shy Lily or Iron Mouse. Yeah, imagine that.
Think of your favorite VTuber and do a little digging. I bet you they did something very, very specific, like getting to Grandmaster in Overwatch or ASMR or something else like that to get to where they are now. You look at them doing variety streaming right now, but variety streaming is a trap for growing streamers. Hell, even Germa started out making Team Fortress 2 videos. Ludwig was a Smash Brothers Andy, you know, stuff like that, and so on. I believe that you are an interesting person and that other people out there will find you interesting as well.
That's very good advice from him. Start off doing if you're a small streamer, start off by doing a niche thing and only expanding as you grow. Because the right way to grow as a VTuber is to get people to like your personality, so much so that they will just watch whatever you do, regardless of what you do, even beyond the niche that you originally like grew up in. In VTubing, that's going to be a little hard because if you're somebody that was stuck with VTuber fans and then you go beyond VTubing, they're not gonna be interested in anywhere else. There's this weird bubble in VTubing that it's really hard to explain. Yeah. Yeah.
Doing variety streaming right now, but variety streaming is a trap for growing streamers. Hell, even Germa started out making Team Fortress 2 videos. Ludwig was a Smash Brothers Andy, you know, stuff like that, and so on. I believe that you are an interesting person and that other people out there will find you interesting as well. Just play to your strengths and think about what you genuinely enjoy and obsess about, and I guarantee you that there are at least a couple million people out there that would love to hear you yap about it. Oh, one last thing. I said that the male VTuber debuff was mostly a passive one. Mostly. I'm going to be honest with you. There is a tiny but intense group of people out there that seem to really hate male VTubers.
They do.
They probably hate on male VTubers more than they actually watch their favorite, which is kind of crazy to me. When I got into this space, I didn't even know that they existed. I was just a fan, you know, from the OGs of the pre-streaming era to the big corpos of today. Running into them gave me quite a shock because I don't really hang out in the community spaces.
He's speaking from experience. Oh my god.
Of my hobbies. I just kind of enjoy it in a vacuum. Anyway, if you're a male VTuber and things are going pretty well, you will probably run into these people eventually. I do not think that these people represent VTuber fans. I would advise that you ignore them and you keep doing your best to...
So I actually haven't run into them yet. Well, I mean, I've seen them, right? But I haven't had one like actually like throw a campaign against me. And it's because I'm not a male VTuber. I'm not a male VTuber. I don't think I'm a male VTuber. I'm more like a fan. I'm more of a fan than a VTuber. I'm just a male fan that has a VTuber avatar. Or something like that. They're coming for you eventually, bro. I mean, of course they will. They always do. It's undeniable. Inevitable, even. You think they're a meme until you actually meet them? Oh no, chat, I know what these fucking feral animals can do. And will do. To actually like put people down and like send out hate. I know what these people are capable of. I'm not memeing. Like, I like to make fun of them, but like, I know how dangerous they are.
entertain your true fans, the ones that find you interesting. I do not think that these haters represent a real male VTuber debuff. They're just a potential stumbling block if you give them too much attention and create unnecessary drama for your community to worry about. So make your space a fun and exciting place.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I would like to add on Randon's like message here. I think that if you're a male VTuber, the first question you gotta ask is, why did you choose VTubing? And what can you do with VTubing? Because like, if you want to be a content creator in general, why can't you just be a Facecam streamer and appeal to the general Twitch culture? Why did you specifically choose VTubing? Why did you want to choose the VTubing community? And is it wise to choose the VTubing community? Oh, hey, Potato King, thank you for joining. Because I feel like if you become a VTuber, you're inherently going to be somewhat pigeonholed into the community. And the community is going to have its own ups and downs, its own pros and cons. And you need to actually wonder why you chose that and how you can use that to your advantage. Depending on your answer to that question, you might have results, or you might be able to figure it out. I mean, Quinn said it himself. He gets double views when Facecam. There we go. That's why the debuff exists. If you want to be a if you want to be just a bro chill streamer that wants to have people come in and like, let's say, watch you play video games and stuff, don't be a VTuber, just be a Facecam streamer. Like, chat, the thing is, I know that people are biased to looks, but in a male, looks are a little less relevant than a female. That's not me being sexist, that's just me like telling it as it is. You're going to have more problems when you're a face streamer and you're not that conventionally attractive as a female than you are a male. Because if you're a male, people just, bros just don't care, right? Bros just don't care. So it's like, I know lots of fatherless fans out there looking for a father figure. That's a niche. I mean, I guess it is, but if you want to do that, then how do you want to be the father figure? Do you want, yeah. Facecam is more risky, isn't it, for your private life? Yes and no. Because VTubing has a culture of trying to dig up whatever information that they have for of their VTubers, right? So it's kind of like a paradox. If you're a VTuber, people are gonna dig up your information just solely because they're curious and it's ingrained in the culture. But then again, people market VTubing as more secure and as a more security thing for your privacy. That's the paradox of the VTubing culture. And if you're a male, bro, prepare to get fucking doxed. I'm not talking about PL doxed, I'm talking about doxed. Especially if you cater to a female audience. Because, bro, female fans of VTubers, they love to dig up whatever shit you have. They love to dox you. Niji sisters, especially, bro, they love to dox, bro. And besides, if you're a celebrity or if you're an entertainment person in general, being doxed, having your information out there is just a professional hazard, an occupational hazard. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, that's why, like, you can't get into VTubing, you can't get into content creating or being a celebrity if you're not prepared to actually get like doxed, or you're not prepared to get like some of your information out there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe you're different. Like maybe you've barely posted anything for a while in the internet, and you're like, you know, difficult to track, hard to say, but like, yeah, you should be fine. So yeah, actually just better to not do that, to not be a VTuber if you don't want VTuber fans. And if you're a male, something tells me you don't want VTuber fans, you know? So I'm just saying, just be a normal streamer. Hold on. Not even enough of an ego to selfie? It's not just called out anywhere near as much as male stalkers. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't for some reason. Well, actually, I know the reason. The reason is simple. It's because it's not that documented. It's not that documented. Excuse me. All right. So that's the random video. I would like to think that was a pretty good video. I would like to think as well. Okay, so Black Hand over here got it right. One thing I noticed about a lot of male indies tend to just treat VTubing aspect as an avatar. No character or any of that, just a dude that just doesn't want to do face cam. And I think that's what appeals because we're used to big names, but it's very fun to have just someone like you and I hang out with the boys. So I disagree with the second statement. But that's just on me. That's him personally. He's allowed, him or her, they're allowed to feel valid. But it's this. This is the problem with a lot of male This is the problem with the debuff of male VTubers. It's basically just this. Then why are you into documenting it? Oh, I do document it though. I mean, I just said it, right? Or what do you mean? The end cross-dressing as Pecora when? Don't know. Who do you think is next on the Hololive chopping block? There's quite a few, but I don't know. Hard to say, honestly. It's really hard to say. Because I'm gonna get proven wrong, and if I'm proven wrong, people are gonna think I'm gonna be wrong all the time. Oh, hey, Ina's back. Okay.